All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Habakkadash, the Buanas, the apostles of Great Millstone, and citations to elect, which we hope to be. It's your brother Hawaii. Got a quick lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who got ashamed of looking like heathens. The spirit of witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. And the name of the Heavenly Father is Yahweh, who the world inly calls Jehovah, God of Yahweh. And the name of the Heavenly Son is Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, or faithful crucial to Yeshua. Quick lesson. Any of the precepts come out, you already know it's the Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit, why you believe it or not. And shoot, I was doing a sit down on Matthew's 25th chapter. You know what I'm saying? I run into the brother Montezal, you know what I'm saying, for brothers who know. And, you know, uh, gave me some spiritual encouragement and whatnot and stuff. And before he left and whatnot and stuff, he said that the Lord about to put you through the fire. He didn't say in it. He said through it. However way you taking it and whatnot, because I got enemies and stuff who love to see me fall. So, anyways, it's like this. I'm going to Sirach, or Ecclesiastes in Apocrypha, chapter 2, verse 1. That's for anybody and stuff who think they finna enter into this truth and stuff and think you finna have a cake for. Shit finna get harder, bro. Shit finna get harder. And that's this. And even when I speak on this and whatnot and stuff, I'm speaking to myself too, first and foremost, because you know, every sit down we do and stuff, guess what? The Lord gonna come after our words. So when it comes down to what's being explained and broken down and give its exhortation and motivation and stuff, he's gonna be like, well, are you gonna to utilize that too? You know what I'm saying? He that watereth himself. You know what I'm saying? Not everybody and stuff. I say it like this: when it comes down to saying it, we've probably been through it and whatnot, but things are going to be on a whole new level. It's going to be on a whole new scale. You know what I'm saying? The scripture says in Daniel's the 12th chapter, the first verse, I believe. So I won't butcher it. I'm going to go to it. It's Daniel 12:1. It says, and at that time shall Michael the archangel stand up, the great prince, who standeth for the children of thy people. It says, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Right? So it's going to be such a horrible time and whatnot and stuff that even if we read about how bloody and gruesome and go into the history and stuff of how how you know blood, gore, and whatnot and stuff that the Old Testament was. You know what I'm saying? Even in the New Testament, when you find out and stuff how a lot of individual stuff was put to death for this truth. You know what I'm saying? And when it's one thing to like read and envision, you know, what Yahushua had went through, what certain other brothers had went through and stuff when it came down to persecution. You know what I'm saying? But the scriptures are saying, because during that time when it came down to Daniel, Daniel was referring to these last days. You know what I'm saying? The closer that Yahushua returns, the harder it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? The harder it's going to be, the more wicked it's going to be. It's going to be wicked unlike any other time. There's some similarities and stuff, but this, the wickedness and stuff that is going to be here now in these, and as the times of the Gentiles dry the fuck up, you know what I'm saying? It's going to be horrific. It's going to be horrible. It's going to be to the point where, shoot, there's going to be certain brothers who get, uh, there's going to be certain brothers and stuff who, strong, very motivating, you know what I'm saying? They going to throw in the towel, you know? We don't know what type of test, we have an idea. You know what I'm saying? But we don't really know and stuff every exact detail that the Lord's gonna throw at us. We can understand like the main, and whatnot. We can understand like the main and whatnot and stuff, but All of it. Oh no, we every last detail. That's not there. You know, we got a gist or overall. You know what I'm saying? Romans 15:4, things were written the foretime was written for our learning. Why? Because we're going to go through those things. You know what I'm saying? But this time is going to be way worse than all those times that we read and stuff in the past. You see? So I want to go into Sirach 2. One, because when he said that and stuff, like the Lord about to put you through the fire, I got people and stuff looking at me all weird and shit. It could be Satan, it could be demon and stuff, but it still arouses up some sort of concern. Uh, you know, when it comes down to how people's thoughts are and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You see how they further and further into the world. Shit, then everything and stuff that's considered good in the scriptures and stuff is being ridiculed as evil. And if you live that way, we already see how it is when it comes down to people vote. If you don't vote and whatnot, or even if you don't have a mask and stuff, you're gonna have to prepare to put your dukes up and fight for your life because you disagree with what somebody else thinks. You know, so how much more and stuff when it comes down to truth? And I think it's in Second Peter's, the second chapter. It says that the way of truth and stuff shall be evil spoken of. So how much more if the truth of the way of truth is evil spoken of? How much more if you're an individual who lives in that way? And like King David said, like King David had said, he said that he's surrounded by strong bulls of Bashan. You know, and lately and stuff in the spirit and stuff like betrayal. You know what I'm saying? And popping up that betrayal and stuff is not just going to be individuals and stuff who disagree with you. That's going to be individuals and stuff who low key got a problem with you, smile in your face but itching to get you whacked, whose words were smooth like butter and stuff, but swords was drawn. Now, yeah, that's talking about you saw even the full blown spirit of Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? But then at the same time, it's going to be also your own brethren. Because if Judas Iscariot, and stuff was within amongst the 12, but he was considered a devil, and guess what? In all these camps, even in Great Millstone, or individuals and stuff who follow the same exact doctrine as Great Millstone, uh, uh, you know, but they have camps and congregations and stuff. You never know who plotting on you and stuff. Who, and the scripture says, I don't know if I find it. Damn. Uh, scripture says, uh, scripture says, don't be angry inwardly. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna give way to Satan. You know what I'm saying? More and more demons, if you have it unchecked and stuff, it's gonna fester. You know what I'm saying? Right? It's gonna fester. It's gonna get uh it's gonna continue to multiply and stuff if it's unchecked. And you're gonna have a brand new demon and stuff, cashing in. Look at it like who was it, King Ahab? How, the Lord was like, who gonna persuade King Ahab and whatnot to go to Ramoth Gilead to just so he could be put to death. You had all them angels and stuff raising their hands like a thirsty kid and stuff, hoping to be chosen and stuff for the answer and stuff. You know what I'm saying? You know, how you was when you was growing up. You over here like, the answer and stuff, and you down there ready to stand on the desk and stuff so you can get chose and stuff because you knew the answer. Imagine demons and stuff like that and stuff because you unchecked on or you got a demon and stuff that's on you and stuff because you're not checking it and stuff, and then they're festering in a brother of mine and stuff where it's like, oh, I got you, and then and I help you out and whatnot and stuff. And the whole time, it's like, shoot, nigga, as soon as you drop your fucking guard and stuff, I'm on your ass. You know what I'm saying? You got that too and stuff, right? What it says, my own familiar friend has lifted up his heel against me. You know, so all these different things is we read about it and whatnot, probably went through it before, and it's like, man, that's it doesn't feel good. It doesn't really settle with you and whatnot and stuff. It doesn't settle with you and whatnot and stuff, but it's going to be horrific. It's going to be horrible, especially on that level. Because, you have a shot and stuff, knew there was a devil, you know what I'm saying? But to get turned in and stuff by one of your own for some money, I'm telling you right now, so that shit is fucking horrible, bro. That is something and stuff that does not settle with you with ease, you know? So I'm going to this, so we're going to have to prepare ourselves and whatnot and stuff, even more. What Apostle Rakai always say, he say, uh, he says, pray more, pray harder, you know what I'm saying? Pray more consistently and whatnot and stuff, you know? Do your lessons and whatnot, do more reading so you can stay within the spirit. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, one video of folly and stuff and going to something else, you know, one thing of folly and stuff and going to something else, and the next you lost in the sauce and stuff and hella time and stuff had went past and stuff, you know what I'm saying, where you could have utilized that and stuff towards the scriptures or to a sit down, you know. So, the battle and stuff is gonna get uh it's gonna get more and more hectic. The battle's gonna get more and more hectic and stuff. It's gonna get a little bit harder and a little bit harder and a little bit harder and stuff to maintain righteousness and stuff. You see, because Satan gonna come in crafty ways and whatnot and stuff, irritation, inward agitation and stuff, aggravation. You know what I'm saying? Try to catch you up in your emotions and stuff, so you could be not focused on what you're doing. How you out here just concentrating stuff on other shit that don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? Right? So. But you got to prepare yourself. Like the scripture says in Luke, it says, count the cost. You got to count the cost because when it comes down to it and stuff, it's gonna be fucking scary. So this is around people and whatnot and stuff. So I'm just trying to hurry up and slide to a easier way. Legs, fucking you up. All right, so it's like this. This is Rock or Ecclesiastes Apocrypha chapter 2 and 1. It says, "My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation." A lot of things gonna be tempting. It's gonna be even temptations. You know what I'm saying? To sit up here and quit. There's gonna be temptations and stuff to quit. Certain things and stuff might feel like it's getting too hard. Like it's getting too hard. Like it's uh 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 where you think you might fold. You know what I'm saying? And then ain't nothing wrong with feeling unworthy and stuff because we're unprofitable servants. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you don't want to get, you don't feel unworthy and stuff to the point where you trying to call it quits. I'm gonna go here. This is Rock, Ecclesiastes, in Apocrypha, chapter 14 and 2. It says, "Blessed is he whose conscience have not condemned him." You know what I'm saying? Because guess what? You could be your own enemy. You can fuck yourself over. You can mess yourself over. You know what I'm saying? Sitting up here thinking that if you get down on yourself and stuff too much and whatnot and stuff, guess what's gonna happen? You'll 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 make yourself quit with the help of demons, of course. With the help of demons and stuff, of course. You know, right? And it says, blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him, showing that you could be your own enemy. It says, and who is not fallen from his hope in the Lord. You know, and it's gonna be it's you know, the feeling like that. It's like, yeah, you probably know the knowledge and stuff, but to go through it and stuff, you know, remember, I think it's Luke 22:31 or something like that. And you know, Yahushua had gave warning to Peter, the head of the church, that guess what? Satan desired to have you into situ as wheat. So he was targeted by Satan. You know, he was targeted by Satan, and Satan was trying to because you know, Peter, the Apostle Peter and stuff. You know, he you know he was uh how they call it. He was a minister of course, the church and stuff, but of the circumcision. You know what I'm saying? You know, while Apostle Paul was more towards Israelites who didn't know who they were, right? Right. So, so the thing is that you know, it's gonna be toxic and stuff upon our souls. You know what I'm saying? We can sit up here and be like, you know, yeah, we'll die for this truth and whatnot and stuff, but it's not gonna come like some gang bang ass shit where you get shot up like 50 Cent and whatnot and stuff and you just leak out. No, it might be some other type of fucking way. You read Second Maccabees, the seventh chapter and stuff, man. They didn't have like no regular ass death. I mean, imagine somebody cutting off your arms and your limbs and your tongue and stuff, so you can't motivate the rest of the individuals, and they toss you into a cauldron of oil. You know what I'm saying? And fry your ass. You know what I'm saying? You know, everybody, you know, ain't like you could be doing welding and whatnot and all them sparks and stuff fly on your arms and stuff if you got a t-shirt and you get used to that. But when that grease get to popping, when you trying to pop chicken and stuff, I mean trying to cook or fry chicken and whatnot and stuff, it's not gonna be the same. And it's all over your body, and guess what? You got nubs and you trying to crawl, you know what I mean you just either in there drowning in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? You know, can't swim in the motherfucker and stuff, can't climb out or nothing, and you just sitting in there. Scriptures don't say anything and stuff about that brother and stuff not having to feel that. You see? You know, and then what if you in there and stuff because an individual betrayed your ass? You know, you remember that song Billy Siegel? Uh, uh, and it don't have to be a brother in the truth. It could be family member. It could be a coworker. It could be a friend. It could be an associate. It could be somebody and stuff that you thought that you was cool with and stuff. And the whole time they was just being a friend at the table. You know what I'm saying? You know. So this is Rock 2-1. This is my son. If thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Because it's gonna be a whole bunch of things and stuff where it's gonna be like, I can't deal with this shit no more. You know. And even the who was it? It was Apostle Rumlaw. I'm trying not to be so long with this, but it was Apostle Rumlaw, and he was saying that he was saying that uh he said that you know, sometimes you're gonna feel like it's like, am I crazy? You're gonna feel like that and stuff and believing in this truth, believing in this truth, and it's gonna be horrible. I mean, if those thoughts and stuff was going through what we consider the apostles today and whatnot and stuff, and then when it come down to the 12, they was all well besides Apostle John and stuff, they was all slaughtered. They was slaughtered in a gruesome way. Apostle Peter and stuff, he was crucified upside down. You know what I'm saying? Where they took a saw and sawed them in half. You know what I'm saying? Between the legs and whatnot, cut them in half. You know what I'm saying? And where the blood was dripping until he was drowning in his own blood and whatnot and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And now we in a whole different other ball game and whatnot and stuff. Uh, uh, well, they got different torture tactics and different methods and stuff that they would use and stuff just to come after you and stuff a certain type of way. Man, it's gonna be it's the temptation gonna be to quit. You know what I'm saying? But what needs to fit, what needs to scare you more and stuff is, yeah, how about you outside? You know what I'm saying? Because whatever these motherfuckers can do over here, and he the father of spirits, how much more can he bring? And then you gotta understand this too. There's gonna be certain individuals that Yahushua gonna get to slay himself. You know, Yahushua is gonna be able to slay himself and whatnot and stuff. And imagine Yahushua and 144,000 and stuff coming up with some shit. They got an angry face, serious face. They not finna, man, I gotta do this. It ain't gonna be none of that and stuff. You gonna already know what it is. you know, and that temptation gonna be strong and stuff. But hey, what needs to really tempt you and stuff is that Yahushua and stuff is a greater threat to be against. You know what I'm saying, right? So this verse 2, it says, "Set thy," meaning you should be tempted to fold for the Lord instead of be tempted to be folded for this world. It says verse 2. It says, "Set thy heart aright and constantly endure." So you gotta correct your mind. It's gonna be like, nah, I gotta be down this. I gotta be what's that song? Tunnel Vision by Kodak Black. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that tunnel vision and stuff. You gotta be fixated and stuff. You gotta be focused. You gotta be thirsty as hell. You gotta be strong. You gotta be like, look, this is what I want, and that's all I want. You know what I'm saying? Like how a nigga can sit up here and say some nasty ass shit and stuff for a female just to get in her drawers and sit up here and say, "Girl, I drink your bath water" and stuff. It's like your ass, you gotta be willing to do all that you can and stuff without going outside the protocol and the blueprint. You know what I'm saying? But you gotta do all that you can and stuff just so you can sit up here and make it into the tunnel. You're gonna have to be prepared with it's like, well, you gotta have to set your mind where it's like, I probably don't know what I'm gonna go through, but whatever it is and stuff, it's like, shit, I'm just gonna have to go through this for you. How about you outside? You know what I'm saying? And it says, so set thy heart aright. It says, and constantly endure. It's matter of fact, let me grab this. It's Second Ezra 14. Second Ezra 14 in Apocrypha chapter 14 verse 13. It says, "Now therefore set that house in order." First house and stuff that needs to be set in order and stuff is yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because it ain't no way and stuff that you're gonna be able to keep other individuals, to in check and whatnot if you don't even get yourself in check. And now what is that? What is that? That's Matthew 7. You know what I'm saying? Judge not lest thou be judged. You know what I'm saying? Before you try to take the mote out of another brother's eye and stuff, you got to make sure that you are taking the mote out of your eye first. You know what I'm saying? You got to make sure that you on point and stuff before trying to check someone else, right? So it says, "Now therefore set thy house in order." It says, "And reprove thy people, comfort such as them as be in trouble, and now renounce corruption. Let go from thee mortal thoughts." What is those mortal thoughts? Can I make it? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to endure? You know, you know, shit. Uh, and I'm worthy to go through the affliction that the Lord and stuff got for me and whatnot, right? Uh, am I worthy and stuff to go through the affliction? Am I uh, shit? I say it like this: to ask if you worthy, and stuff of to ask if you worthy and stuff to say of even of the hopeful elect. But that's just you know You having hope, ain't nothing wrong with that and stuff. I might be a little OR with it and stuff, holy righteous with it. You know what I'm saying? But still, you know, you got to take these things in consideration and stuff because pride can slip in with the ease, and you can see it on other people and stuff who are unlearned, right? So this is then how people sit up here and be like, "Oh, my life flashed before my eyes and whatnot and stuff," right? Well, guess what? You got to be thinking about all the different things and stuff, and you don't know. It's like the Lord probably still helps you out here and helps you out there and stuff, but you don't know the Lord like, nah, nigga, you did this, and I wasn't fucking with you and stuff. Since then, what I'm saying, it's gonna be horrible, right? And we don't want to be in that situation like King Saul, because King Saul still repented and whatnot and stuff, but the thing is, because he knew what he had to do and whatnot and stuff, but the Lord was like, no, not anymore. And remember that they was underneath the first covenant and stuff, but we in grace, but within grace and stuff, you can still get rejected. You can do that one because not everybody's walk has the same number of steps. You either being put to death for this truth, you know what I'm saying, or you getting cut off because the Lord was tired of your ass. You know what I'm saying? You never know. That's why, you gotta walk with fear and trembling. And I'm giggling, I'm kind of chuckling and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But it's more on a serious note. So it's in verse 14. Let go for thee mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man, put off now the weak nature. And the weak nature and stuff is fearing things and stuff that's out of your hands or out of your control. You know what I'm saying? Just worry about stuff what you can do. You know what I'm saying? Right? On what you can work on and stuff to be blameless. Verse 15 it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and haste thee to flee from these times. It says, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. Romans 15:4, things were written aforetime, was written for our learning. A lot of the stories and stuff that our forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, had to go through and had to suffer. You know what I'm saying? And the many other brothers and stuff that are written about and stuff that proves that they part of the elect. It's going to be horrible. And you look at that and stuff, especially like when it come down to Job, not a lot of people and stuff can go through what Job went through. You know what I'm saying? And then most of the time and stuff, Job and stuff was in grief, and he was grievous because it's like man, you could tell where it's like man, I shot up here and it's like I did everything right and stuff. Why is this happening to me? You know what I'm saying? But it's the trial. You know what I'm saying? To try you. Matter of fact, and I'm just going off the spirit. This First Peter 4:12. It says, beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial, which is to try you, as though some strange thing happened to you. And that's how Job felt. You know what I'm saying? And some of us gonna feel like that too. But you gotta understand, you're not just paying for things and stuff that you're not just paying for things and stuff that you did in your present life and stuff. You also paying for things that you did in your previous life. Because after you die, you come back and stuff. This time that you living in and whatnot is you're not just getting judged for the things that you had done in your recent time or when you was 4, 5, 7, 12 years old and whatnot and stuff. No, you paying for shit that you did and stuff in your past life that you can't fucking remember about. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just how it goes. Read shit, I'm right here. This Second Ezra 7:56. And it should be very blatant and plain for you. It says, for while we live, right here, Second Address in Apocrypha 7:56, it says, for while we lived and committed iniquity, we consider not that we should begin to suffer for it after death. So that means you got to be alive again. If you dead and stuff, you can't go through no judgment. You know what I'm saying? Say the Lord want to judge you and stuff with an illness and stuff, but you dead already. Like you put in the dirt, coughing and everything. He ain't raising you up either and stuff. Where you be like Mushu from Mulan and stuff. I live. No, it ain't gonna be like that. It ain't gonna be like that at all. It ain't gonna be like that at all. You just, you know, you gotta live again. Go through the whole birth cycle, and once again and stuff. And I'm not talking about spiritually. I'm talking about physically. You know what I'm saying? Then go through your stuff. You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm gonna go back to Second Ezra 14, and what was 16? It said, "For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. For look how much the world shall be weaker through age, and weaker through age and stuff, meaning they own wickedness." You know what I'm saying? And it says, "So much the more shall evils increase upon them that dwell therein." You see, right? So it's gonna be taxing against your spirit, against your soul. You know what I'm saying, right? So this is Sirach 2 and 2 again. It says, "Set thy heart aright." It says, "And constantly endure." Right? It says, "And make no haste in a time of trouble." You know what I'm saying? You know, was an example of that and stuff. Remember when Sky was springing his trap and stuff just so he can catch both Mufasa and Simba and whatnot, you know. And when Mufasa and stuff charged in to go save his son Simba, you know what I'm saying? You had Zazu, I think he pelican. I don't know what the fuck he is. You know what I'm saying? But whatever Zazu was and stuff, cause he the bird, the assistant. What was he doing and stuff? He was like, what should I do? What should I do? I could go. And he was hastening in time of trouble. You know what I'm saying? His thoughts weren't clear. He didn't know what the fuck he was finna do and stuff before he got knocked out by Scar. You see, you know, and it says, so don't make haste of times of trouble and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Which is harder, but the more you get used to it, the more times that you get in trouble and stuff, you know, calm yourself, you know what I'm saying, and think more thoroughly, you know what I'm saying? So this is verse 3. It says, "Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at the last end." You know what I'm saying? Right? Cleave on to him, hold on to him. You know what I'm saying? Like a cleanly female and whatnot and stuff who knows she can't get no more, get no better, or get anybody any better than you, right? Whatever it is and stuff. I'm just, you know, bringing that example. And it says, "And depart not away." You know what I'm saying? Because what else is there for you? You do all this work and whatnot, and you find out how the world is wicked and whatnot, where you gonna sin for a season to be partakers and stuff with the rest of the transgressors? Hell no. You know, and it says that thou mayest be increased at the last end. And the one thing that you want is increase in faith and increase in courage, and you know, shoot, increase in one of the things I pray for and stuff is to be increased in His presence. You know, to it's like I'm laughing and stuff, and not in a laughing manner and stuff. Like I'm completely serious. You know what I'm saying? For him, because if you increase in his presence and whatnot and stuff, you get more angels watching over your ass and stuff. You know what I'm saying? More angels and stuff putting scriptures in your mind and whatnot and stuff to watch out for this and watch out for that. So this verse 4, it says, "Whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully." You know what I'm saying? We're gonna get persecuted. People gonna be looking at us and stuff like this and like that and stuff. People gonna be wanting us dead. People gonna want us beat up. People's gonna want us locked up. People are gonna want to do shit onto us because they don't like us, and you ain't do shit to them. You know, you know, there's gonna be all types of scandals against you. You know what I'm saying? Some individuals and stuff are gonna want to do you in and stuff because you don't want to live the life that they want to live. You know what I'm saying? When they start calling us terrorists and extremists and rapists and thugs and different things and whatnot and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people won't give you that stink eye. A lot of people won't be setting you up. Motherfuckers gonna be looking down on you and stuff. You know how somebody and stuff when you step to them a certain type of way and stuff, and you they eyes. I got a certain face in my mind right now, but you know they they make a certain face and stuff where they look real ugly. You know what I'm saying? They mouth open and stuff, and they got like a certain type of frown on them, and they over here looking from your shoe and stuff all the way up, and then doing it again. No, they over there looking at you like that and shit, right? You know, but all the time and stuff, they like, who the fuck is this motherfucker and stuff? And it's like, boy, you know what I do to you? You know, and most of them stuff is, and then, you know, like the brother Matati was right. It's like JP looking for capital punishment and stuff on their own kind. You see? But, you know, that's going to be part of the temptation too. Not being able to bear. You see? Not being able to bear. And it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take it cheerfully. You know what I'm saying? Be glad. When the 12 apostles, you know what I'm saying, excluded Judas Iscariot and stuff, but then when it came down to Matthias and stuff who took his place, the thing is that they told them that guess what, we gonna hurt you. The 12 got beaten for prophesying the word. And you already know and stuff. If somebody sit up here saying we gonna kill you, we gonna beat you, and you over here cheesing, smiling, laughing, and whatnot, they gonna look at you like you fucking crazy. And it's gonna be like, but it's like, damn, it's like here it is. We know that we doing something good and stuff to the point that they want to kill us, lock us up, beat on us for just preaching this word. And then here it is and stuff. You go through the same thing that Yahweh Shai went through. Probably not the same crucifixion and stuff, but similar. You know, and guess what? You never know. Some of us might fucking around and get nailed to the cross because there was a doctor, like it. I know I'm rambling a lot, but there was a doctor, and he was pretty much going into the fact of how while Yahweh Shai was on the cross, instead of just having some big ass nails and stuff, you know, they place your feet together and they nail a big ass nail and stuff through the wood. You know what I'm saying? Your feet on and your feet hug on top of one another with a big ass nail and stuff stuck through your feet, both of them. You know what I'm saying? And they spread your hands and whatnot and stuff, and they nail those to the cross. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't know if you ever imagined it and stuff, but at the same time, you hanging. It's like for anybody and stuff who probably got stabbed before. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? Or had some sort of impalement and stuff that was placed upon you. The thing is that if you get impaled and whatnot, and you over here moving and you breathing, you know what I'm saying, your tendons and stuff is moving on whatever that is that's impaled in you, that shit still fucking hurts. But imagine stuff if your weight is pulling you down and your body is pressing against these nails, big ass nails at that. You see? And then what the doctor had said and stuff is that the way he hung, it felt like he was buried alive, where his chest cavity and stuff couldn't expand, so he was suffocating while he was hanging. So you hanging, you expecting and stuff to get some more air and whatnot because you feel like you're suffocating, and you gotta what they call it, manage all the courage and stuff, or not to manage all the strength and stuff that you can and stuff, just so you can uh, 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 just so you can pick up pick yourself up just to breathe, and you fucking up your ligaments because you got shit that's stuck in your hands and your feet, and then you drop right back down and stuff. That's like somebody taking a knife or a nail gun and took one of the nails and stuff and moved it and maneuvered it up and down and stuff while it's still on your body. That shit gonna hurt, you know. You know, it's like you know, I'm not laughing and stuff. It's just serious. Well, it's a giggle, but it's serious. Where it's like that shit ain't no goddamn joke. It's like that shit ain't no goddamn joke. You see, right? So, and then remember, what do? They dragged him into a people of the circumcision, dragged him in into a temple and stuff, put a bag over his head so he couldn't see what was going on, and they were smacking on him, punching him, prophesying, since your ass know, since you God's son and stuff, since you God's son and stuff, how about you prophesying and stuff who hit you on that goofy ass shit, right? A nigga shit, right? And here it is and stuff. It's like all I did was teach you all the right way and stuff, so the Lord won't put you to death. And this is what you're doing to me. And then remember, Yahushua always ran. I mean, I don't want to say ran away. He had other places that he had to go and stuff to give his word and do his miracles. But then at the same time, he was leaving them, and they kept trying to find out where he was just so they can do more shit to him or try to catch him up or try to catch him up. You know what I'm saying? His words just so they can fuck him up, man. So it says, Sirach 2 and 4, it says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a lower state. And all of us are finna go through that. We're going through it now, but it's gonna increase. It's gonna get more and more heavy. It's gonna get more and more hurtful. You know what I'm saying? Family members and stuff, you probably telling them this, telling them that, they might get convinced with the rest of the world and stuff to make you think that you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Until shit happened, then they gonna be like, oh, yeah, that nigga ain't crazy and whatnot. He was telling the truth. But right now and stuff, it's like I wanna be on your side and stuff. I wanna be on your side, but then at the same time, I don't know if I can and stuff because the rest of the people making you look crazy and whatnot and stuff, and it might be convincing and stuff until all this bad shit happens, right? But you just gonna have to suffer that, and it sucks. Verse 5, it says, for gold is tried in the fire. And once again, the brother Montezal, when we was about to part ways and whatnot and stuff, because uh, uh, he was like, the Lord about to put you through the fire, and that fire is talking about. Let's read it. It says for gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable men in the furnace of adversity. And I'll grab this. This is Rock 27, verse 5. Bear with me. This is Rock 27, verse 5. It says, the furnace proveth the potter's vessel. So the trial of man is in his reasoning. So your reasoning, meaning your thought process, is going to be tested when you go through these different things that are fucking uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be uncomfortable, bothersome. You know what I'm saying? To the point where it's like, oh, I don't want to deal with this anymore and whatnot. But then in the end, it's going to be like this. But what the fuck Yahweh Shai going to do to you if you put on him? You know? You know? You don't want to go through that. Right, so because I know my I'm at 40 some minutes, and then for individuals and stuff who sit up here and be like, oh, you talk too much and whatnot and stuff, then go find you somebody and stuff who talk less. There you go, answer for you right there. So this is verse 6. It says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. You're gonna have to believe. You know what I'm saying? Right? And what makes you stronger in your belief and whatnot and stuff is where it feel like that you got to quit or there's no way out and whatnot and stuff. And he, guess what? He find a way to escape for you. Like it says, this is First Timothy's. It's like First Timothy's what I'm doing. This is First Corinthians chapter 10, verse. I'm gonna read verse 12. It says, wherefore let him that thinketh he standeth take heed, lest, meaning that night, he fall. It says, there have no temptation taken of you, but such is common to men. So we all going to go through similar things. But guess what? Within a brother can go through the same temptation and stuff, but you got two brothers. That same temptation, one can be more heavier for that brother, and that temptation can be heavy for one brother and stuff. But then for the other brother and stuff, it could be lightweight for him. Oh, I can handle this. This ain't nothing. But to the other brother and stuff, it's like, damn. You know what I'm saying? It's like, damn. It's a weightier matter and stuff upon their shoulders. And it says, but the Most High is faithful. Yahweh Shai is faithful, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that you are able. So everything that the Lord put us through and stuff, guess what? You have a chance of victory, right? But then you have people and stuff where it's like, certain, depending on how it is, it's all part of our journey and it's truth. Um, if your if thy strength is small, no, no, if thou faint in adversity and stuff, meaning some troublesome times, you know what I'm saying, that strength is small. You know what I'm saying, right? We don't want to be like that. It says It says, who will not suffer you to be tempted above that ye are able, but will with the temptation also make a way to escape, that ye may be able to bear with it. And bear with it and stuff is part of endurance. The scripture says, he endures unto the end, the same shall be saved. Enduring and stuff is to go through hardness, shit that you really don't want to go through. Stressful ass shit. You don't want to go through that. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go through and stuff to enter to the kingdom, because you got to enter in the straight gate. You know what I'm saying? STR AIT, which means a time of difficulty. You got to go through that just so you can get to the kingdom. You see? Matter of fact, let me see if I can find it right quick. Here we go. Damn. This is Second Ezra chapter 7 in Apocrypha. I'm gonna start at verse 1. It says, and when I had made an end of speaking these words, there was sent unto me the angel which had been sent unto me the nights before. And this is Ezra. This is Esdras, but Esdras is the same person as Ezra in the regular Bible, showing that the Old Testament and the Apocrypha and stuff go hand in hand. Matter of fact, the Apocrypha and stuff is part of the Old Testament, but it's 14 books that they took out of the Bible. And why? Because there's a lot of historical names, you know what I'm saying, that are that are blatant or right in the face, or that shout out or speak to you in plain sight and whatnot and stuff, where uh 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 that's where like pretty much Alexander the Great and stuff is in the book of Maccabees, and it says that they are the wicked. You know what I'm saying? Right? So it says, verse 2, it says, and he said unto me, up, Esdras, and hear the words that I am come to tell thee. And I said, speak on my power. It says, then said he unto me, the sea is set in a wide place. It said that it might be great and deep. Now the sea area and stuff is the kingdom. It says, verse 4, it says, but put the case, the entrance were narrow and like a river. It says, who then could go into the sea to look upon it and to rule it? If he went not through the narrow, how could he come into the broad? It says, there is also another thing, a city is builded. This is another similitude. It says, and set upon a broad field. It says, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. So you're in danger when you go through this pathway. Trouble and stuff is surrounded about you, around you. You know what I'm saying? Right? This it was just from my childhood and stuff. It was this movie and stuff when it come down to some bunnies. You know what I'm saying? It was this one scary part for me when I was young. You know what I'm saying? And they was talking about like they was pretty much making a bunny and stuff into looking like a demon. And I forget what the song, but I kind of got the rhythm of it and stuff. But the chorus was, it's like dangers are around, dangers all around. You know what I'm saying? And what it says in Proverbs, in Psalms 23. I'm read it. This Psalms 23 and 4, and it says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. The valley of the shadow of death is earth. You know what I'm saying? We in a certain era. We in the time of the Gentiles, the heathens who ruling and stuff, and they're gonna do anything that they can, even kill you if they have to and stuff, just so. Because in their mind and stuff, it's like if we kill them and stuff, then guess what? The kingdom can't come, but they ain't gonna kill all of us. And even if they do kill us and whatnot and stuff, guess what? We just being translated. We died for the truth. You know what I'm saying? We ain't just dying stuff because of eating some fucking ham hocks and shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, or doing some wickedness and whatnot. We died for a just cause, right? It says, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, right? Because we got this wisdom. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? The scripture says, with this wisdom, we should quickly be without care. It says, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Staff going into support. The Lord's going to support us. Isaiah 33:6, it says, wisdom and knowledge will be the stability of thy time and strength of salvation. He that fear the Lord is his treasure. You see? You know, so if we fear the Lord and stuff, we automatically in his treasure if we are part of the predestined. You know what I'm saying? But since we don't know and stuff, this is why we're going to continue moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because if we quit, we know we're going to get destroyed. But if we keep going and stuff, it's a chance that we might make it. And also in Wisdom Solomon, the 5th chapter stuff, it's going to be a lot of people who are going to drop their jaws. I mean, drop their jaws, not drop their jaws, but drop their jaws in amazement and astonishment, where it's going to be like, how is this motherfucker part of the elect? It's going to be some individuals that's going to be like that. There's going to have a lot of people who are not going to consider. You're going to have a lot of people and stuff who are not going to consider do you dirty and stuff, and it's going to be like, if the Lord with you and stuff, why he allowing me to do this and stuff, just so he can judge your ass. But they ain't going to think that, and to test our faith and stuff, to see if we're going to still think he with us. You know what I'm saying? You know, and we're going to go through that. We're going to go through that. You know, we're going to deal with it and whatnot and stuff, you know, and then in the end, you know, we're going to hear that thou faithful good servant, while everybody else quit talking they shit and they ain't doing no fucking work. But you kept working. You know what I'm saying? So therefore you get paid with what? Salvation. Right? Verse 6. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of Yahweh Shall forever. Right? So going back to 2nd Ezra 7, it says verse 6. It says, there is also another thing, a city is built and set upon a broad field, and is full of all good things. The entrance thereof is narrow. It says, and is set in a dangerous place to fall. It says, like as if there were a fire on right hand. It says and on the left a deep water. With that fire and that deep water and stuff are distractions. But if you too distracted stuff, guess what? You already know if you fall in the fire and stuff, you're gonna burn to smithereens. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you motherfucking and stuff who fall into water and stuff, and that water and stuff is rapid and it's moving too vigorously and stuff, guess what? You ain't gonna be able to swim out of that. You know what I'm saying? You know you're gonna drown. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? And it says, so it's distraction stuff that can put you to death. And it says, verse 8. It says in one only path between them both, even between the fire and the water. It says, so shall that there could be but one man that go there at once. So you working out your own salvation with fear and trembling. It says, if this city now were given unto a man for inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger, you see, it says danger, never pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? What's the inheritance? The kingdom. The inheritance is the kingdom. So how do you expect to get there? See, a lot of jakes and stuff think, oh, I'm finna just stay out of trouble and whatnot. Trouble won't come to you. Jacob's trouble and stuff. Trouble won't come to you. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? So you're gonna have to go through the danger and whatnot and stuff, but it's gonna be horrific. You know, that's why we gotta believe on him right now. You know, fuck what anybody else say and whatnot. If they making more time and stuff to try to stop you or hinder you or say that you gonna die, you gonna this, that, and the third and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Always remember this. What the fuck is you doing if you got more time, you know what I'm saying, out of your life and stuff to sit up here and tell me my faults and my failures and what's gonna happen to me? Then always look at it like this. You working and they try to get you to stop working. If they trying to get you to stop working and stuff, then what the fuck is they doing? Shit. Right? So this is Sirach 2 and 6, it says, believe in him and he will help thee. Order thy way aright and trust in him. Yet ye that fear the Lord, wait for his mercy and go not aside, lest ye fall, that not ye fall. It says, ye that fear the Lord, believe him, and your reward shall not fail. It says, ye that fear the Lord, hope for good and for everlasting joy and mercy. Verse 10, it says, look at the generations of old and see that it says, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded, meaning confused? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? No. It says, or who did he ever despise that called upon him? You know what I'm saying, right? And it says, for the Lord is full of compassion and mercy, long suffering, and very pitiful, and forgiveth sins and saveth in time of affliction. You know what I'm saying? You know, and you got to remember that and stuff, but it doesn't mean stuff that ain't going to get stretched out. You know what I'm saying? This is Revelations. This is Revelations 2 and 10. And it says, fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison. It says that ye may be tried. It says, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. And that 10 days is talking about a period of time. But within that 10 days and stuff, what if you what if they torture you and stuff, and then next you know you going to do the same thing like Peter, but he's sitting up here thinking that he having him a dream and whatnot and stuff, and he thinks that he escaping prison and you escaping prison and stuff, and whole time, you actually doing it and stuff and thinking you in a trance or thinking you in a dream. You know what I'm saying? You know, but what's going to be part of that? What's going to be the rest of that persecution stuff? That guess what? You got out of prison, you know what I'm saying, with the angels help and whatnot and stuff, and now they on the look for you, and everybody around and stuff, they probably getting paid. Oh, we're gonna give you this and that amount of money if you find this person. You know what I'm saying, you know, and it's gonna be some individuals out there and stuff who hate us so much and stuff, they gonna want us dead or alive with a bounty. You see? You know? So you gotta prepare yourself for this. You gotta prepare. You gotta prepare. You know? So I'm gonna stop it right there. You know, I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahshua Habakakadash. Double honors to apostles, great millstone, and citations to your elect, which you ought to be. Shalom with Baba Ball, Kwam Yasharala.